Welcome, everybody. It's the boy Jax Wild. We're here with another episode of the Redeployment Podcast. So, special show for y'all today. My co-host, he is currently in Ohio, driving through some snow and some situations. So he may be popping in and on and out. So I ask y'all to be patient with him as he do that. But for us, welcome. We took a few weeks off. We had Christmas. We had, just some days off, time off of work, all that good stuff. So welcome everybody to the show. A little update about me. Had Christmas. Now, one thing about Christmas, I tell the folks not to buy me presents. Hold on, here you go. Let's see. Hustle, you there?
Yeah.
All right. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, y'all?
Yeah, I told the folks you was out there driving and making your way through the snow and all that good stuff. So they'll
Fighting
be
through the
with.
snowstorm.
You're in Ohio, correct?
Yes, sir.
And is it a big one, big weathery storm or what?
It's like on and off, but yes, right now it's deep. I don't know, no plow trucks have been out because all the snow just dropped on us. It's like within like an hour or two. So
okay.
maybe look like about 3-4 inches out here.
Woo! All right. Hey, look, man, be safe. If you gotta get off to concentrate, please do so. I
got y'all stationary.
Okay. Well, the one thing I was getting ready to hit on is Christmas, man. How was your Christmas?
Man, Christmas was cool. The kids got everything. You know what I mean? We kind of finishing it up right now. That's what we leaving now. I got family in from DC.
Oh wow.
Yeah, to enjoy the Christmas festivities because they got a little baby, so they stayed at home for Christmas and let her experience, the Santa Claus and coming out.
Yeah.
All that good stuff, all that good jazz.
Yes, sir. Well, man, I had a pretty decent Christmas too. But what I've been trying to tell the family is stop buying me presents, man. Like, I get it. They want to hook up dad and all that. But also I'd be like, nah, when I need something or I want something, I just go buy it, right? But man, they showed out, bro. They showed out. They done bought the boy a nice little mug, little Michigan mug. They done got me some Crocs. Look at these mug. Got the Detroit Lion Crocs. They done bought me a doggone arcade game, man. The
nice
little NBA Jam, boy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, almost.
Was stand up about half the size.
Yeah. They tried.
Yeah,
I tried to bring a little tear to my eye, bro.
Yeah, they got you, huh?
To that tear, I said, "You get back up in there, and you don't." No, my wife was like, "I got you. I got him." I'm like, "Nah, you ain't got me. I'm good."
Right.
Nah, but
you say you was toughing it out, huh?
I was trying to tough it out, man. But
right,
I'll be like, and presents is good and gifts and all that. Much respect, love it all. But I'll just be like, don't go out your way for me. You know what I mean? But that might be something I need to kind of get over myself because people want to bless you. They want to bless
you. Yeah, you're right.
What
your pockets look like after the holiday? How much blessing you did?
Oh man, bro. So, it was good because Mom Dukes, she been coming through for a long time.
Of course.
She sends these kids so much over in the mail, bro.
Oh,
make my job easy, bro.
Right. Sound
Easy.
like my mother-in-law almost. Yeah, we was getting stuff since October, man.
Man, she sent them boxes up. Hey, y'all get y'all boxes on the street. Already wrapped everything, bro.
Right.
So
Oh yeah. Now that's what's
so
up.
I don't really have to do much. And you know, with
That's
wifey, I
what's
end
up.
up I buy her stuff all the time, all through the year. So
Right.
you know, so we normally kind of chill on each other for Christmas because her birthday just passed. So you know, we
That's
celebrated
right.
that or whatever. So yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's right.
we did good. We did good. But
Okay.
what about your pockets? What was they hitting on?
Oh yeah, they empty, they flat. No, man.
Man, they hit you like that?
It's grind time right now. So
Yeah.
it's really everybody got what they what they wanted, and
Okay.
me and wifey, we got stuff we trying to do. So all of our stuff is business related. So
Okay, good.
like she's getting ready to graduate here and be a full-fledged
Oh man,
esthetician.
congrats.
So
Good
we getting ready to.
congrats.
I gotta snatch her up another table and
Oh
a
yeah.
chair for her. So it's all
Yeah.
business stuff, all everything that's like and everything that's needed. My mom getting some one of the first aid kits, and it turned out to be that's the kind you need in your business. So that's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That works. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind that
Yeah.
she needs in her spot. So boom, there it is. So
Yeah.
everything
Hey,
falling together, like I always say, man, like puzzle pieces, man.
that's good. That's good to hear, man. So what you doing for the New Year's, man? Y'all
You
you
see
say
it,
you was
man.
at your people house.
Yep, family, man, family, and then gonna go. We're gonna finish up the podcast, and then I'm gonna finish watching Ohio State whoop on Miami, man.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try. We're gonna try to get you out of there early enough so you can actually catch the beat
Oh,
down.
you good? Cause when I get to the house, we can split screen. We can stay on all night. I don't care. I'm gonna watch that game. You know the deal.
Yo, yo. All
Hey,
right,
and I
so
want to say real quick to everybody. I want to say
go
real
ahead.
quick, even on Spotify, y'all. I apologize for y'all not being able to see me tonight. I am fighting through the snow right now. It's gotten a little bit better from when we left, but it was like crazy snowstorm. Like so, I'm fighting. I'm driving right now, so give me 20 minutes and I'll be back on screen, y'all.
Yeah, I think they give you love, man. They show you some love, man. The
Most
one
definitely,
thing
most definitely.
I want to hit on, man, it's the end of the year, man. It's
You
the
know it.
end of the year, so you know we
Actually,
got a new year.
actually, just the end of the calendar, but that's another story.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. End of the calendar. End of the calendar. But
Hey, we can take that conversation somewhere else.
hey, you know that'll take off. I think I got a tinfoil hat around here somewhere.
You better put it on. You better put it on and get ready. No, I'm just playing, y'all.
No, you good, you good. But before we get to that, let's talk about our sponsors real quick. We got a couple sponsors. We know we're waiting on PG the Hustle to send me some graphics because PG the Hustle has his own hair care, beard care line
Yeah,
called Elbow Grease. Do you want to talk about
yeah,
it?
personal care. It's just a personal care. Elbow grease, man. It's personal care. We got lotion, beard balm. We got everything, man. Anything you need. Do lip balm. We got all kind of stuff. In 2026, this new year coming up,
Yeah,
I will be relaunching the website.
yeah.
And they are one of our biggest sponsors. Everybody that has been on the podcast will be getting some elbow grease merch and like some swag,
Oh yeah.
some product. Yeah, some product. I am buying my products now because everything is small batch,
Uh-huh.
artisanal. So um, it's kind of custom made to order pretty much. So it's not like mass quantities of it, and it's all natural. So it kind of pretty much has to be made like that. No preservatives, none of that stuff in there, and any of the products that we use. I mean that we have. So it'll be coming to you. It'll be coming to you next week. We'll have everything situated and rolled out.
Nice. Then we also got W Energy, who is sponsor of the show. They have products that is the energy replacement. Everybody try to get a Red Bull or all that other stuff, but W Energy has energy without the jitters, without all that other stuff. It focuses on focus and performance. You can get 10% off if you go to w.gg and put in that code PG the hustle for 10% off of your order. We also have merch available at blackmoneymedia.com. Hit the collections, and we got the Redeployment Podcast hoodies and the shirts. And then we also have our I Love You and There's Nothing You Can Do About It shirts for sale as well, along with hats and beanies and all that other good stuff. So I ask you to check it out if you will. Thank you for our sponsors. But today is a very special day. It is the day before, it's the last day of the calendar year. Let me get that right. And today I want to talk about goal setting. What do you feel about goal setting?
It's imperative.
Imperative.
Yeah. If you don't set a goal, you don't know where you're going.
Bingo. Now, I talked to you a couple of days ago where I had an epiphany. And when I bring the guest on, he's going to help talk about it as well. But the epiphany was because I was in the military, they set our goals or perceived to set our goals, and we just follow them. For example, out of 9 ranks, they give you 4 just for if you just don't slap nobody. Just off the top, just stay regular. They'll give you 4 off the
Facts.
top. Now 5, you gotta do a little bit more, but it ain't much. You gotta study for a test. You gotta, be a good rapport. 6, 7, 8, 9 is would get a little difficult. However, just thinking about that, man, I was just kind of sitting thinking, and I was like, yo, I have accomplished a lot this year, but I have not set one single solitary goal. And I thought about it's because of the military. Not bad, not good. But my thought process in the military is it's kind of like we're on a boat. Let's call it a boat. If the military was a boat, it would be a cruise ship, right? We all going to Jamaica, right? You don't have a choice on how we get there.
Right.
But on the boat is provided all the amenities that you will ever need. So what do you need to set a goal for? We going to the place, we get what we need, blah, blah, blah. Now, since leaving the boat, now I have a choice of a rowboat, a speedboat, or a pontoon boat. Because those are the different kind of levels I feel. Like if you're in a rowboat, you can make some decisions, but it's a whole lot of work. If you're in a speedboat, you can make some quick decisions, but it costs a lot of money.
But they better be the right ones because ain't no turning back.
Yeah, exactly.
And they better be the right ones because ain't no turning back. If you ever been on a speedboat, it do not turn right.
Exactly. So now I'm in this season now where I want to set some goals, man. Set some goals for my life, set some goals for the business, even set some goals for the podcast. as we
Of
look
course.
forward into 2026. Your thoughts on that?
Okay. I'm right with you. It's so I love the analogy with the boats.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you thought about it like this. I know you just freestyled it. I know the bars came out, but I don't know if you know how serious and how intricate those bars just were. Okay? So let me break it down for you. Not for you. Let me break it down for everybody else. Because
Right.
you spit them because you know what they are. So
Right.
And you are the cruise ship, right? It's military, right?
Yep.
So let's take it a step further. When you don't have a goal or any goals, you're definitely going to end up in a rowboat. Because every decision you have to make is like a paddle.
Wow.
It's either going to push you forward or back.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? You
like
don't get a choice. You see what I'm saying? You don't get a choice. So, like you said, when we in the military, you got that cruise ship because we going to get there. But everybody on that ship got something special, specific to do. And it all goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? And like you said, we don't get to choose how, but we going to get there. So, and to me, I equate street life as the speedboat.
Okay.
Yeah, you might get some money fast. You might get stuff quick. But, I mean, you know, what's the danger? What happens when you crash?
Yeah. Because you hit some waves in that speedboat and you're going too fast. It's
going to be a big explosion.
Yeah.
It might end your life. It's the rest of your life, i.e., cemetery or jail. See what I'm saying? That's why I said I don't know if you knew how intricate those bars were, but I like the analogy, man. I like that. So I agree with you. To elaborate, man, I agree with you. Go in there and get a bag of dog food, AJ, for grandma, and bring my change back. All right. Yeah, I love the analogy. That's perfect. Get the $10 bag. All right. So, and like I said before, when we just started, like if you don't set a goal, you don't know where you're going. So I do agree. I agree with everything. I like it. I'm down. I actually have goals that I got that me and my wife just sat down and talked about. We talked about them that we do have goals for this new calendar to do some things. One of them, we're pretty much at the end. Did she get out with him? Yeah. Okay, so she gonna make sure he gets right. Yeah. So one of them, she here with me, so I was gonna try to get her to second in. This is a rare occasion that she's on the podcast with us too.
Yeah, she normally be getting ready to go to work.
Right. Yeah. Yep. So all of that is ending, and she's getting ready. We're actually be opening up. We're looking for a space now. We're going to be opening up her spa by February. And that's a goal. That's funny because it's like you was just saying you did so much and didn't even set the goal. Like we're setting this goal right now and we're already here because of the work we've done already, the work we've been doing. It's like we started working, and then after we started working over halfway in, we said, all right, let's set this goal.
Right. You already
after we've been working. Yeah, we already on the course. Like I said, man, goals. I've tried to set goals all my life. You know, I'm not everyone hasn't always been met because that's just life. But I was brought up to set goals. I remember writing stuff on paper in the living room, in the kitchen. I remember writing things on paper and stuff that I want to do, and stuff that I want to do, like making a plan. And my mom is sitting right here with me. She can attest to it.
Oh, yes.
She had me doing it.
That's good.
She had me writing things down. Always goal. She's goal oriented.
Oh, very much.
The reason and the way I hustle is because I got it from her. I've never seen her sit down. I've never seen her sit down. Never seen her stop. And just I know long and short. Everybody. I know we don't have too many talks about it, but and I'm saying that not as something that's just a regular occurrence. My mom had 4 strokes and an aneurysm 8 days after I was born.
Man.
So when I say I've never seen her set down, I've never seen her set down. She's worked through all of that. She's like prospered, and she does like I've never seen her stop. So that's why I have the drive that I have. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, that's where I get it from. And like, I'm telling you, you can't do none of this without a goal. Man, you can't do anything without a goal, bro. Like, I'm so glad you bringing this up on this show, because all of the resolutions and all that stuff is weak. Set goals. No, yes. You know how I get down. I'm straight laced.
Yeah,
it's weak.
Yeah.
Resolution's gonna be broke by the second time you sneeze. That resolution going out the window. Second week.
Yeah.
Is you at the gym? No. I just heard somebody say. What somebody say? I just heard something somewhere on the net said that the heaviest. David Banner said it. The heaviest weight in the gym. You know what it is?
What is it?
The door. It's the door. Get in there.
Oh, that's good.
Get in there and move around. You feel me? So that's why I said, man, I love that, man. This is a perfect topic for this show, man. I'm ready to get to the guests.
Yes,
I'm ready to hear all about the goals, and you know what I mean. I'm just ready to hear different perspectives, different angles. And I'm ready to get some jewels dropped, man. You know how we do on this show, man. We drop jewels for the people.
Yes, sir. All right, without further ado, I talked about a couple different phases in my life. There was the turkey phase when I just got in the military, moved over to Japan, where I was a little bit wild, moved to Herbert Field. Now at Herbert Field, me and the guests had some internet action, but not much. But it wasn't until my last duty station where I went to California, I met this gentleman, and this gentleman, he was one of the first people I met, very energetic, made it to E8, could have had 9, but he chose differently, in my opinion. But I want to bring him on. Everybody, please welcome Drew Wright.
Hey,
welcome to the show, Drew. How you feeling?
What's happening?
Yeah. Appreciate it. First of all, let me give a shout out to moms in the back with PG. I always got to give a shout out to moms.
Yes,
most definitely.
Moms. Thank you.
You say something, Mom?
Hello. How's everyone? Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Thank you for being on. All
right.
She got no choice. She being held hostage.
No, but what she gets to see is the fruits of her labor. All that freaking work she did to raise you. Now she can hear you dropping jewels for the
It's too bad it's dark in there because we can't see her slap him in the back of the head every now and then.
Right.
What we used to call that? Course correction.
Course correction. That's the old school course correction.
So welcome in, Drew. How's things been? How are you? What's been going on?
Yeah, I appreciate you. Look, what's good? Because PG mentioned it. And also, I know you know, but my boys just won. Sorry, I ain't trying to.
This is how we're gonna start the show. We start the show like this.
Hey, gotta give a shout out my horns. Gotta give a shout out my horns.
Most definitely.
Man, both of y'all done beat on my boys, man. So I'm not happy today, man. Ohio State done beat up my boys. Then Texas come through. We gonna be all right. We
just talk rebuild. We just talk rebuild. That's all. That's it. That's the way to get around it. Rebuild. You know what I'm saying?
Rebuild.
But no, life's good, man. Life's good. I appreciate y'all, man. You and the sponsors getting me on. You know, I always got a lot to say. I always got a lot to say about some stuff. And really the military and a lot of that aspect handcuffed me from what I really wanted to say sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. That's
Most,
why
yeah.
I've strategically grabbed guests who have go ahead and taken off the uniform to give them a little more, ability
Little
to say what they need to
bandwidth.
say.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, and I appreciate that, man. Man, y'all doing some good stuff with this podcast here.
Man, I appreciate it. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. So before we get going too far, I want to drop you out the airplane. This is me drop you out. This is called the drop. So the drop signifies the days, the weeks, the months, the minutes before you join the military. Why did you join? What was going on? I know some people was fighting cases, some people took deals. What was why did you come in the military and why you chose the Air Force?
Over the
Look, I'll
weekend.
tell you what, open and honesty now. I had a full ride. I had a full scholarship to University of Texas at El Paso to become an Army lieutenant, to join the Army when I got done with that. Uh, I'm glad it didn't. But anyway, long story short, some unfortunate events happened in my life. I went to jail and things of that nature, and it was my pops, man. My pops. So shout out to parents out there, PG. My pops spent 27 years in the Army, two-time Purple Heart, Vietnam vet. He was the first person to tell me, don't join the Army, join the Air Force because they take better care of their people. And I'll tell
Wow.
you what, those were
Wow.
some valuable words, and it held true the whole time. But
Wow.
unfortunately, some things happened in my life. I'm gonna be real. I didn't join for the college. I didn't join for but I joined after 9/11. But for me, it was more the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to get into the fight, to do something bigger than myself in a time in my lowest time when I had no path, I had no direction, or based on your segment here, I had no goals.
Mm,
You know
mm.
what I'm saying? So unfortunately, life took me in a different turn, but God pointed me in the right direction. As well as my pops. I give praise to whoever, whatever colonel was in charge of recruiting at the time, because I had to have a waiver signed to get in the Air Force because I was in jail for I believe it was 2 months prior to me joining.
Wow.
And if it wasn't for this colonel having a good day or whatever the case may be, and the reason I say that because he called me personally,
Mm.
and what he told me is he listened to my story. He actually listened to me, and the final words I heard on that phone call was, "You're lucky, son, because this is the last waiver I'm ever going to sign." And man, that changed
Wow.
my life. That changed my life. And to be truthful, if it wasn't for that and I didn't get in the Air Force, here I come Marines.
Oh, Marines. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Marines was the next path.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's an awesome story, man. So you came in. What was your thoughts and your stories about basic training? Like, because I mean, I'm sure you were already athletic and all that stuff, but how did it how did you deal with it?
So, tell you the truth, when I was going to college, when I was going over to UTEP, even the army physical training, things like that, it really wasn't a big deal. Like you just alluded to, I was a high school athlete, a collegiate athlete. Um, so fitness wasn't an issue. So really the difference was taking that fitness and turning it into a situation where you had to use fitness and leadership and your
Mm-hmm.
thoughts and your decision making all at the same time.
Okay.
So I am thankful for the Army in that aspect. We went out to the field. They japped us on a mountain in the desert and was like, find your way back. And I was
Oh
like,
man.
all right, bet. I guess here we are. Here we are in it. Let's just get it.
Yeah.
So it
That,
wasn't necessarily just about fitness, but it was about the strength of the mind.
yeah. 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 Okay. So once you finished basic, what was the jobs that you had available and what did you choose?
So I'll tell you what, basic training first off for me was easy, right? How hard is it to follow a couple rules?
Right.
Um, keep your mouth shut, or keep quiet when you need to be. Follow a couple
Right.
rules. It really is not that big a deal. So basic training was easy for me, right? I understand it can be difficult for people. I grew up in a military household, so understandably, I'm used to people yelling at me and structure, discipline, things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, my thought process when I got out, I was like, all right, I focused on the branch, right? So I was like, all right, I joined the Air Force. Air Force's main priority is the skies, right? So to be again open and honest, uh, when I was coming in, the one thing I thought I lacked in life was mechanical skill. And
Oh.
and to tell you the truth, my pops was gone all the time, so I had nobody teach me anything. I didn't know how to change oil in a car. I didn't know how to fix a lawnmower if it was broken. I had no mechanical skill coming in the Air Force, but I was always interested, right?
Mm.
So remaining interested. So then I was like, all right, so I want to go into mechanics. I want to be an aircraft mechanic. And so I looked at all the different descriptions, and crew chief or 2 Alpha 5 9 is the one that popped out to me because of the level of responsibility I read in that paragraph, right? That's a tidbit for people to understand. Like, you don't just sign your life away, and I say that, and I mean it very linear, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't just sign your life away not understanding what you're getting into, right? So
Right.
if you really read those paragraphs, the level of responsibility I read in that paragraph, I was like, all right, bet this is what I want to do. And it was it from there.
Man, that's a powerful. The one thing I tell people all the time is the difference between the civilian sector and the military is, for the most part, when you leave tech school, they're pushing you out to those areas for you to do the work. I mean, obviously, you're alongside some people to kind of keep you, guided and going the right direction. But I would supply your aircraft maintenance, and I would go out there all the time, and I would see these brand new guys. Brand from tech school, they already on a tire change, and they already on these things. And in my mind, I was like, oh my God, this guy just got here. Yeah, he went through school, but we're already entrusting into him, like you said, the level of responsibility to get a tire on an aircraft that's going to be flying around, carrying passengers, doing, the Lord's work. And we put that level of responsibility on them. That right there, blows my mind between military and the civilian sector.
Now, I'll tell you what, throw age in there as well. You're putting that responsibility on essentially a 19 or
Mm-hmm.
20-year-old kid
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
and
The Lord's
on
work
a
is hilarious.
on a $96 million aircraft.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, and we don't just buy them every day, because some of those years was like 67, 72. Like,
Right.
they're old, and we just keep them going.
Hey, it was
I was
Cadillac on four flats. Cadillac on four flats.
Man,
I was telling
ancient.
somebody the other day, and I would like to hear your perspective of this. It didn't get real to me what my level, because even being logistics, working in the warehouse, working with the aircraft maintainers, working alongside of many people, but it didn't become real until I was working in the warehouse, and then I deployed. And then on a deployment out there in aircraft maintenance with you guys, and we're waiting on this part, the part comes in, it's the wrong part.
Seen it.
Somebody pulled, instead of going to the left, they went to the right, and they just pulled it, and it got all the way there. Now we backed up. And so when I returned from that deployment, I pulled everybody. Hey, gather up, gather around. Look, here's the deal. I was out there in the sticks trying to get this aircraft fixed so we can get home.
Right, right.
And one of you jokers, not actually y'all, but one of you airmen, one of you NCOs put the wrong part in the box. Because we're in the warehouse, and I'm sure you have during your days have come in the warehouse, music going, we're playing around, horse playing, and all kind of crazy stuff. But there's actual stuff like people are really, really dependent on you. When did that click for you where you was like, you're locked in?
Real work going on.
Yeah, I tell you what, yeah, that is real, and that's a bigger part of thinking that we are not trained at the beginning to think about, right? We think about and we have our proverbial horse blinders on, right? We are focused on our job and what we need to accomplish, right? So when you think about that type of, and I hate to use it, the bigger picture and how things funnel down, the realization moment for me, it really wasn't at a time when I was working, right? I had deployed twice out to Kuwait.
Happens all the time.
Right? I had deployed out to Kuwait twice. And for me, that was a desert
Just the second
summer
time.
camp. Yeah, it was a desert summer camp is what that was, right? Because there was no real threat in my eyes.
Right.
But the realization came that I needed to be on top of my game the moment my C-130 combat landed into the middle of Iraq, just north of Baghdad, and people throwing up in their helmets, you know what I mean? What weapon systems full of throw up. And we go running off the back of the C-130 in the middle of a taxiway, and and about 50 yards off to the left of me, a mortar had struck. So right at that moment, I am not even lying to y'all. At that moment is when my military career changed.
Wow.
To understand that the small wrench I turned, the tire I changed, the engine I changed, the gas I put in a plane, all of that mattered, and it mattered to a bigger picture.
Wow.
You know,
So
it's funny. It's funny that we talking like about that, because in your everyday life, I tend to notice that us military people, and I don't care who you talk to, what branch, we all move like that, even in regular life. Everything is connected.
Right.
There's everything. I see it, baby. Everything is connected, and one small mess up, one small little mess up is going to screw up the whole operation, or it can screw up the whole operation.
Yeah.
Right. You know, that moment was large for me. You talk about, and PG, you hit the nail on the head, man. That not only at the time, but as I grew through the ranks and moved up positions, that mind frame stuck with me. And it stuck with me to the point that the people that I supervised or mentored or were peers to, or the people above me, I worked and I delivered at a level that understood that my piece of the pie contributes to the whole.
Yeah.
And I think that's a misunderstanding that a lot of these airmen or soldiers or Marines that are not getting how their piece plays into the larger pie.
Yeah.
So that was a real head turner.
Yeah, I love that, man. And so we talked about a little bit in our opening monologue about goal setting. One thing I didn't say is Drew, you're one of my last supervisors in the military. We worked I worked in the section, but then I came up and was able to work in the front office with you guys. So, you know, we did a lot of good work. But one thing I seen you do, and it didn't click until, again, the other day I was talking, and then I was able to get you to come on the show, is we talked about the military being a cruise ship and the boat, and we just kind of going along to get along. We talked about how out of 9 ranks, they give you 4 just for not slapping anybody. Or if even if you slap somebody, just don't slap the right person and don't slap them twice. You know what I mean? You
Right, right,
just, they'll give you 4 on the humble, right? But I never set any realistic goals. But I watched you bring airmen, bring NCOs, senior NCOs, even officers, and you're sitting them down. You will block out an hour and a half on your calendar because I was in charge of helping do that, and you would really like help them build that. What one? Why did you do that? And what did you get out of that?
So that's a great question, a great question, and actually, I'm glad you asked it because one thing I preach to a lot of people is that the individual in me, right? You and I had a small discussion about when you join into the service, you give away your individual freedom to be an individual.
Yes, you do.
However,
Yeah.
However, I took that as I rose up through my positions and I learned that I can turn that and truly help people, right? Because I truly believe, man, and call me crazy, I don't care. But I truly believe, man, I'm one of those humans in this life right now that I still have faith in humanity, right?
Yeah.
Even though, even I'll tell you what, at every turn, left, right, backwards, forwards, I get disappointed often, but
Mm-hmm.
it does not stray me from believing in humanity. So with that, that means that I myself try to be a good human, and for me, that means elevating those around me,
Yeah.
right? From a true care, not because I'm checking a box and because I need to have this conversation. It's because I truly care about people around me succeeding.
Mm.
So I first of all
Mm-hmm.
thank you for blocking out those sessions for me. um but just know every single one of those for me was from the heart, and I really
What's up,
wanted to
AJ?
see those people
I'm here.
succeed.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's good. Because the other thing I noticed too is it wasn't just one particular group. So
Mm-mm.
when you talk to those different groups, was it the same across the board, or did you okay, you're an airman, so here's your ceiling. You're an NCO, so your ceiling is here, or was it one way, or did you have many different levels? Because what I'm trying to do is trying to help folks figure out their planning around goal setting. So do you need to be a certain age? Do you need to be a certain thing? Like how does that work?
Nope, perfect. Yeah, so it's not right. Of course, you're going to curtail every message that you have, especially for somebody seeking your help. You're going to curtail every message that you have to that person and their situation, right?
Mm,
But to better answer your question, officer, enlisted, younger enlisted, senior enlisted, there is a different message for all of them. Now, the reason I say that is because not that we're shadowing or hiding information from those individuals, but just like you and I did as we grew up through this whole process of the military, at each stage, each year, each rank, you learned a little bit more, a little bit more. You climbed that proverbial ladder of knowledge, right?
mm-hmm,
Now, to use like you had earlier, you had some good analogies, right? So let's use that analogy of a ladder.
okay.
I can go rung by rung on a ladder, right? Let me hit this
Mm-hmm,
spot, let me hit this spot. I can do that all day long. Now, I can also skip a rung. Okay,
mm,
all right. Now, if you talk about jumping 2 or 3 rungs, is it impossible? No. But is your level of understanding in your particular position for that particular mission or organization or whatever it may be? Is it where it needs to be to understand how to climb to that third and fourth rung that's far away? Not necessarily, right? And it's
right,
not a downplay, it's not a negative connotation on anybody. It's just a level of understanding, right? And
right,
and before anybody says it, right? It's not dumbing it down. It's not any of that. It's just speaking to the level of knowledge that they may or may not have at the certain position in their career.
Yeah.
So when I would guide people, and I say that specifically guide, right? I don't tell them, I just provide advice and guidance on a level of knowledge and expertise that I've had in my career field or my career path. But I would never tell somebody, go do this, go do that,
Right.
right? That's all comes with individual choice.
Right.
But my level of guidance came and I gave it per the level of understanding, knowledge, and position that the member held.
Yeah. Yeah. So even in your career, I understood you did some time where you had to make some decisions uh for your family, but for your career. And when we're talking about goal setting, even as far as those who may be listening that's still in the military, um I even have one of my cousins. He's going through this process right now, and so he's been in 10 years. He has two sons. He is not with the mother. The mother is not even in the military, but there is a opportunity where he can sign on to get close to his sons, but he wouldn't be. He'll be closer or he can finish his career. And there's some times where you may have to make a decision, have to set a goal that pushes you away from your family. Could you give us a couple minutes of your thought process going on where you had to become a geo bachelor to attain one of your goals?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, with the military, you are uh, told, if you will, I wouldn't say force, you're told, right? And terms matter, wording matters, but you're forced into different scenarios that either you may have signed up for, you may have not signed up for, or to better put it, your family didn't sign up for, right?
Hmm.
And that's one of the hardest parts about being in the military, right? When we get past the how am I going to grow? How am I going to promote? How am I going to develop? How am I contributing to my society? When you get past all that, who's in the background behind you? It's your family,
Yeah.
right? If you have one, or it may not be your family, it may be your mother, your father, your brothers, your sister. You get it. It may be your
Right.
family, right? So the decisions you make at that point in time, how are they, and I guess more kind of what you're alluding to, I think, is how do I choose to take that path that is going to be better for my career, but it sacrifices the family aspect,
Yeah.
or I say no thank you, I will sit here with my family aspect, however now my career suffers, right?
Hmm.
And truly, especially if you have an immediate family in the military, I believe that that is a family decision, right?
Right.
Now, do I think it hinders you at all? No. You just may need to find a new path to that promotion or that development or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's not the end all be all, but the decision has to come, and you have to weigh all the factors that you have in your life currently, right? Or
Yeah.
whoever we're portraying this message to.
Right.
Because I think it was after my sixth deployment or fifth deployment, that's when I finally had to start considering family and be like, okay, should I really go take this? You know what I mean?
Right.
Is there somebody else that can take it because I need to be here because my daughter, needs some medical care or whatever it is? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it truly turns into a family decision as you get a little bit later in your career. Of course, at the early stages, now, granted, at the early stages, that matters too, because there are a lot of airmen that come in that are already married or already have kids or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So I think it truly turns from being a self promotion or a self thought to now you have to include your family and that part of the aspect to understand if it's the best decision to make, which path you take. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And we seeing you, hanging out with us and being with us, but also knowing in the background like you're apart from your family. And then for you to still be so locked in with us, because we almost became your family in the absence of your actual family that was separated from you, what did you do to keep you going through, or keep you on the right mindset as you went through that period?
So the real answer to that question is you, James, or
Wow.
Spiker, or
Okay.
Stacy Murray, or
Yeah.
every 161 names that I had under my lineage there, if you will.
Yeah.
161 names. That's what kept me going, because it was a family decision. My wife, my
Right.
kids, it was a family decision that I go out to California on that assignment by myself.
Yeah.
And you know me, I flew back every 2 months, no matter the costs. I had no leave. It didn't matter. I was going back to see my family.
Yeah.
So when we made that family decision, I made the decision to make, and for you to make the Gladiators my family,
Yeah.
and truly buy in. I never said it much in there, but when I was all in, I don't think most of them around the squadron truly understood what that meant.
Yeah.
So the holidays, the sick time, when I was sick, when I was deathly sick in my apartment, it was Colonel Taylor who brought me food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I bought in, man, and I bought into the people around me, and that's what kept me going.
Yeah, and so goal setting is just that as well. When we talk about how to do this, with your family, how to do this with your people. What are some things that people should keep in mind when setting a proper goal?
So I'll tell you what, this is no secret. Everybody knows this, right? Set attainable goals first,
Yeah,
right?
please.
And I'm not telling people to keep it small. Dream big, right?
Right.
But if you set smaller attainable goals first, then the next goals come naturally after that, right? So it's almost like you're setting goals for the next 3 years, 5 years, whatever that may look like. But set reachable, attainable goals first, and then create your pathway to create that bigger onset, that bigger goal, 5 years or whatever it is from now.
I think that's like perfect. Like that, I think that also it kind of gets you in tune for attainability.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because this when you complete the smaller ones, you look back and be like, I did that. I did that. What's up with the next one? Oh, I could do the next one.
Right,
And then every
right.
time you do it a little harder, and it goes and goes, bro. It man, just like Jax just said when we started this whole podcast. He's reached and achieved so many goals that he didn't even set this year. That's
No.
Right.
because that's the mentality. It's set in him. He's been doing it for so long. It's just repetitive.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. And if you think about it, like you just said, like you alluded to, goals are meant to be reached. That's
Yeah.
what makes it a goal.
Mm-hmm.
If
Right.
you set a goal to make $100 million, will I make that in my life? Probably not. Will I still have the drive and work ethic to get there? Yes. But is it very attainable? I don't know. That's debatable, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Right.
goals, for me, goals were meant to be reached. That's why you set it. You set
Right.
that bar. You don't move that bar. You just keep working your pathway up to that bar. But
Mm-hmm.
the purpose of a goal is to reach it. So the shortness, shortness is a bad word. The attainability, I
Yeah.
think, for me, is what's very important in setting them goals. Is you have to be able to attain that goal.
Right.
Man, I one of the quotes, and talking about football because it's still football season, is a quote from Coach Prime. Coach Prime said, "Get the first down, and we keep getting first downs, we'll run out of field."
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
right there, he said that, and it blew my mind, because
facts.
then you take that first down and you be like, okay, I gotta get 10 yards for the first down. But if I got 4 downs to get there, 3 and some change really, because depending on where you're at on third down, for the fourth. But if you get 2 to 3 yards, you got something to work with, unless
The
you're
success,
Michigan
right?
and you get stopped on the one. But that's neither here nor there.
We won't even talk about negative yards. We won't.
We won't talk about negative. We won't talk about that. So setting obtainable goals. Can you give us since you've been out? So you've been out 2 years, right? 2 years actually. What you said on the first
December this month. Yep, December 1st. 2 years
was 2 years. So with the mind now, you was a little bit. I feel like you was a little bit ahead of the game. You probably wasn't where I was just in there kind of going through the flow because in order for you to mentor other people about setting goals, you probably had goals for yourself. So what kind of goals have you been able to accomplish over these first 2 years being outside of the military?
Well, for one, staying alive.
There we go. Hey,
look,
outside to that.
look, my goals became, and I'll be open and honest with y'all. My goals became smaller as I got out, right? And one of those main ones was to reconnect with my family, with my kids, and I'd be in tune with their life. Like my daughter, why'd you dye your hair? Oh my God. And my son, like, oh, you made a bad decision. I wasn't there for a lot of that. Just for reference, I not only was I out in California by myself, but I did short tours away from them. I did 10 deployments away from them because my nation called me and I answered. And so they sacrificed. So my goal, my one and only goal when I got out was to get it back in tune with my kids' lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to give it that label, not to be a proverbial FaceTime dad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which I think a lot of military faces, they get put in situations and now they're that FaceTime parent. How much does that lesson stick if you're trying to teach it to them on a camera like this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
now
for
you
me,
go up there and you clean up that room. And turn the camera around so I can see what's that behind the dresser.
Right. So for me, it was shorter goals in the aspect of family, because in all reality, that's the reason I retired. You know what I mean? I was still having fun. I'd go fight China right now. I don't care. I go fight them right now. I was still having fun and I still enjoyed everybody that was in the squadron and the mission that we had. But at that point in my life, family was more important. My kids are a little bit older. This is the crucial years where I'm able to mold them to become productive citizens. You know what I mean? So for me, that was more important, as you alluded to earlier. So, I had to turn down Chief. At that point in time, family became the first thing. Now, I say all that because I was at 20 years in one day. So I was right over the mark. But I always told everybody at 20 years in one day, that's when nobody can tell me nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
All
right,
and I'm happy to report. Let me report though that I am very in tune with my kids. I love them so much. I got great relationships with them, and all that's because I left the service, man.
Now you have to so you have 2 kids. Can you give us just a quick little update?
Yeah,
you got
yes,
news
sir.
about one for sure.
Right. So my son graduated high school in May, and in August, attending the University of Alabama, which is a great thing. Using the GI Bill, right? Using the benefits that we have brought forth to them. So he's using them, and he's at the University of Alabama trying to get that good education. And my daughter just turned 16 back in August, and I bought her a car 2 months ago. So now she all over the place. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But again, it's about affording them, a good responsible life that they have earned as well. You know what I mean? As long as they maintain what they're supposed to maintain. So nothing but good reports right now, man. God is good, and I'm blessed.
So will we ever get a Roll Tide from you?
So, look,
Why
let
you
me
do
tell
that,
you,
man, like that?
look, let me tell you the amount of Kool-Aid that they drink up there at that college, because you got to
Oh yeah,
imagine, you don't just send your kid and you're like, here, go to school. No,
right.
there's a parent orientation, there's a kid orientation, 3 days on campus. Then there's parent week you got to come back for. So I've
Yep.
spent a lot of time at the University of Alabama this year alone. And they all say roll tide is a term of endearment, right? It means hello, it means thank you, it means whatever. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Look, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. When my son says roll tide, I'll say roll tide. All right.
All right, all right. Oh,
I
do us
heard
this
that.
favor. When he graduates in 4 years and he go across the stage, you got to give a roll tide.
Hey,
Let's put it there.
I'll make a video of it. I'll make a
All right,
video of
all
it.
right, all right.
Bet.
And then part two, so my son just got his learner's permit. He's a little late in the game because like you alluded to, man, we moved around a lot, right? And so we was in California. He turned 15, but they didn't have any driver's ed. So we got here to go to driver's ed, and then he had his certificate, but to get to the DMV to get him a thing took us almost a year to get him even the permit.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just
That's crazy
it,
work.
it's crazy. So anyway,
Man.
what is some of your lessons about teaching your kid how to drive? Because whew, when you talk
Uh,
about your first mission was to stay alive, when I put that man behind that wheel,
Look, I tell you what, yep, and I know exactly what you're feeling. First of all, we as parents, especially as we grown a little older in our stages, right? I'll be open and honest. I bought a brand new truck when I got out the military, right? That was a present to myself.
yeah,
But now I'm teaching my 15-year-old daughter to learn how to drive in a very, very expensive truck. So
oh,
you know what? It's patience, man. It's
yeah,
patience and understanding your kids' abilities,
yeah,
right? If you understand that maybe they don't comprehend a lot of different things at one time, because that's what driving is, right? You're driving, you're braking, you're gassing, you're looking in the rearview mirror. The person next to you, you're turning the radio up, you're changing the air conditioning, right? It's a lot going on.
yeah,
So first thing first, get in tune with your kid, understand their abilities from the beginning. Doesn't mean they're lacking behind. You just need to understand their ability to be able to teach them going forward.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Right? Does
good.
that make sense?
That makes sense. Thank you for that.
Perfect. Yes. So
Yeah.
so basically for y'all people out there, y'all know y'all got them kids that's two screws short, you know what I mean, of a toolkit. Don't put them behind the wheel.
Give them
Please.
some
For your
time.
safety, for our safety, for everybody else's, for their safety, don't put them behind the wheel.
Right, right. Hey, you know what? Here's some better advice. Start them learning how to drive on a golf cart that ain't yours.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's a good point.
The golf cart can't go very fast and they can understand turning and all that,
That's a
braking,
good
pedal,
point.
everything.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Look,
All
I
right,
had
we
my
got.
daughter driving the cart when I was golfing. So there you go.
Oh, there you go. All right, we got 4 questions. 4 questions. Here we go.
Let's hit them.
If you could go back in time, would you do it again?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
The bond, the brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever you want to call it. We're just gonna encompass that all.
Yeah.
The relationships, the experiences, everything was absolutely worth it. And not to mention what I've grown to be, what I am right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't even imagine that if I stuck in a civilian path, I can't even, and I'm open and honest with y'all, I cannot even imagine where I would be right now. I have no clue.
Listen, Drew, let
But
me tell you, I work at UNC, University of UNC, and
yeah,
I work in
congratulations.
thank you, and I work in student affairs. So I work alongside of students and I be like, are you serious? Like I really like my boss had to tell me, he was like, Mr. James, you can't, be their parent. They have a
Right.
parent. Because I'd be like, get over here and let's talk, let's figure this out. But I mean, they're so smart, like book smart, but like the common sense stuff. And for us, I was trying to allude to them, like our first 4 years, 5 years in the military, we had to stay in a dorm, probably was eating at the dining facility. We were walking everywhere. We were together. That was like our college, right? And so I can get to them on that level. However, if something ever went wrong, we had somebody to call.
Mm-hmm.
On these college campuses, they don't have people to call like that. I mean, they got the dean, the dean of students, but he ain't working 24 hours. You got the person who is letting you in and out of the dorm room. But guess what? They're a student. So they just in their senior year, junior year, and now they the RA. They don't have much more experience than you got.
They still trying to figure out life.
Yeah, and so I can't go back and imagine doing it their way. When we had I feel like we had we was to narrow the scope, yeah. But yeah, anyway, biggest success.
Biggest success. For me, I'll tell you what, biggest success was my own personal growth and development.
Good.
I completed my master's degree, all paid for by the military. I utilized every single opportunity that I had to grow. I didn't never complain. I didn't never, we'll call it bitch and moan. I accepted where I was at, and I understood how to try to make myself better for it. So biggest success for me had to be my education and experience knowledge that I gained throughout this whole process, man. It's invaluable, invaluable. And I say that because I go out and try to have normal if I went out tonight, I'd be at a bar right now talking to some ill-willed folks, maybe 35 years old, who maybe think they got a great job going and they're barely making ends meet. You know what I mean? But I can't have the same level of conversation with them because of the level that I've grown to. And again, that's not a downplay on anybody else. You're talking about successes within myself.
Yeah.
So to be able to hold myself in a standard and an understanding and a level of knowledge, man, that for me was truly invaluable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So
so we talked about the success. So we gotta talk about our greatest defeat, if you have one.
Ooh, that's a tough one. The greatest defeat I had in those years was allowing other people to defeat me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that I let somebody crawl so deep into my skin that it affected me and affected the way that I operated.
Yeah.
And that's what I gotta say, because I mean I have a drive and a work ethic, I believe, like nobody else. So when I let somebody, even the smallest person, when I let them into that insight and I let them affect the bloodline in me, that's again something I'm still learning today. I'm 42 years old, man. I'm still learning how to get past that, man. You should not let small people, affect the way that you operate and the way that you think and the way that you are. You know what I mean? You stay true to yourself and you stay true to what your beliefs are and how you operate. So
man, that's good.
I'll put that on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's say you're driving in a nice fancy truck and you see this bus who's got a flat tire. And so I know you'll probably get over to see if they need some help. You run up on that bus and it's a bus full of folks who just signed up for the Air Force. What you telling them folks? They're on their way to basic training. I don't know why they're in the bus driving from Florida to Lackland, but either way.
Hey, maybe there's restrictions in the air. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Sorry, that's perfect. Good question. Because here's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do this specifically. I want to get close to the camera because that's what I'm gonna do to each one of them on that bus. I'm gonna get in their face. I'm gonna look them eyeball to eyeball, and I'm gonna say, "Look here now. You are here. You signed up. You did it. You're here. Now get all in. Be all
All
in,
in.
right?" And to quote my boy here, all
Oh,
gas, no brakes. If you're all in, you're all in. Get in
yeah.
there and be the best you can do at it and serve what you need to serve, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
people get into this mentality, oh, woe is me and this and that and that. No, you here, you on the bus.
Yeah.
That means that you made a life decision and a choice. Now
Hmm.
own up to that and be all in. Because if you're all in and you buy in, it's nothing but success from there.
Man, that's good.
I'm gonna
That's
tell
There we
them,
go,
good.
leave that.
man.
Yeah,
That's
leave
good.
that past life behind. Now you in a new life, you in a new path, right? We're
Yeah.
on a new cruise ship. We on a cruise ship now, to
We
allude to your
gone.
conversation.
Yeah.
So now you're no longer in that rowboat or speedboat. Now you on a cruise ship where you have family and you have backing, right?
Okay.
And to what you said earlier, you have somebody to call if you need something. So
Yeah.
now be all in, buy in, and you'll have success.
Man, that's so good. That's
Thank
so
you for putting
good.
Yeah.
chains on.
All right, we got
Ooh.
a bonus question, and then we'll look at some pictures and we'll let you go.
All
So I
right.
have this running joke, and I plan to one day write a set and do an open mic night. Sometimes, and this is all a joke, guys, so please don't murder me in the comment section. But sometimes people shouldn't be thanking us for our service. There's plenty of times where we are, if they walked alongside of us for just that on that vicarious day, what would they see, Drew, or your crew, one of the days that you run around over your 20 plus years? What would they see you and they be like, nah, I'm not gonna thank you for your service? What give us a quick little story where they would not thank you for your service.
Oh man. Are we talking CONUS or OCONUS?
It don't matter. It don't matter. Because hey, it don't matter.
Look, you know what? I'll tell you what, in all of our younger days, and
Yeah,
I'll speak for all three of us here, in all of our
yeah,
younger days, we have some moments. We have some moments that we may not have looked like the shiny penny, and you know what? It's okay. We let our hair down and we learned how to we learned what that felt like, right?
yeah.
And whether we wanted to choose to continue down that path of life. So I I got so many stories, bro. I can't give you a story on that, but
Okay, okay,
here's what I will tell you though,
okay.
and since I won't give you a specific story, I even have now a level of professionalism about me that when people see me, I don't want them to portray me in a negative connotation. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So I do things to uphold that.
Okay.
Now, in our younger years, we weren't that wise. We didn't know that much, so we may not have felt that way. And we had a lot of us were indestructible, right? We were
Right.
getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. We were going to work. If we didn't show up to work, somebody was coming to find us. So we
Yep.
were almost indestructibles, right? So there were some lower moments there to where we learned a lot of life lessons about how to be about humility, about how to be humble, and about how to appreciate the situation you're in.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
that's good. We'll accept that. Thank you for being a good sport. I like to try to put folks on the spot from here to there.
Look, I got
Because I
stories for
know
days. I don't think we have enough time for that.
you're right, right. So I'm pulling up some of the pictures that you sent. Um, and then we'll get into that. Well, while I get that going, what you got going on right now? Like what are you doing? Uh what's your 2-3 year plan right now?
So I tell you, I started working on my doctorates, and
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
but in the same essence that I praise is the same essence that I'll put it as a downfall because again, I retired from my family. So I could
Okay.
not justify taking the time away from my family to be able to write papers and do all that. That was a part of my personal goal,
Got it.
right? Because I told you when I retired, my goal was to get in tune with my kids, to grow
Yeah.
them into professional people and outstanding citizens.
Hmm.
So I'll tell you, I put it on pause, right? I'm not saying it's over, but I put it on pause because it was taking too much time away from the people that I wanted to be with.
Wow.
Um, because again, I got out and I didn't want to think of myself anymore. I wanted to think about those around me that sacrificed, and I'll put it in this way. They sacrificed more than I did,
Yeah.
right? I may have sacrificed life and limb. I almost got blown up a couple times, almost got hit with mortars and things like that. But it's our kids, our wives, husbands, whatever it is, that are back home not knowing that we're going through that. And so you think about their mental anguish in that, right?
Yeah.
They struggle and their sacrifice is sometimes I feel greater than ours. So I put the doctors on hold because that's my goal was to be with the kids.
Yeah.
But I got a great job, very successful. I bought another house, you know what I mean? So life is good and I gotta give all thanks to God. He's blessed me. That's why I got the tattoo blessed right there. I don't know if you
Yeah.
can see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
uh but no,
I plan. I
that's what I
plan to
got going.
be. I plan to be in the area sometime next year. So we definitely gotta link up.
Yeah, come on
Just a
through.
couple of pictures you sent. I know the one on the right, it looks like a young Drew,
Right,
and
right.
then
That
one
one
on
is
the left is a older, more seasoned Drew.
so the one on the right is I would say that's circa 2004, 2005. That's Kuwait. That's yeah, out in Kuwait. That was probably my first or second deployment. The one on the left is me as a senior. We had just got finished a 19-mile Norwegian ruck march.
Woo!
Um, well, we had to ruck 19 miles in uniform, boots, and all that with a over 30-pound sack. Which tell you that was not a voluntold thing. That was a volunteer thing, and a lot of us challenged ourselves to put our bodies in the line of effort.
Mm.
What them feet look like when y'all got done?
Woo! Well, I don't know. I couldn't walk, bro. I couldn't walk for 2 days. I couldn't walk for 2 days.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
this is a good time. This was a good time. We had that. I was that our first one, or y'all had
That
done them in the past? Because this
nope.
was
What's
my
going
first
on
one.
here?
Yeah, you see that? You see that's your boy Jax right there, right?
Yeah. I said,
Hey,
what's going on here?
I'm crouching down in the corner here. So I'll tell you what, and I'll take a little bit of credit for this, Jax. This was the first combat dining out that we had ever in years. And I showed up and I was like, why aren't we doing this? And
Oh, okay.
and then slowly that became a wing thing. So, Jersey was doing it out in McGuire, and
Yeah.
then we had our first annual, this one right here.
So
So
yeah,
that
we had
that
a
was a great
great
event.
time. That was
That
a
was a
good
great
time.
event. Yeah,
That
there we
was
are
all
right
us
there.
together.
Yeah, dressed like gladiators, boy. Gladiators.
And then you got your baby girl.
Ah,
And she's
that
much
right
bigger
there,
than that
man.
now.
Yep. See, I'll tell you what, that right there is I think I was a senior airman or maybe a fresh staff sergeant, man. And that's where
Wow.
my life I sent that to you because that's where my life changed in the military. That's where I
Okay.
became a different man.
Yeah. Kids will do it to you, man.
Oh yeah,
They'll
all the
do it to
time.
you.
All the
Mm-hmm.
time.
And then this right here, we had to get a mop to wipe up all the tears. This man was
Well, hold on. First of all, if you look right there to my feet, you see them red solo cups?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Them solo cups was the reason why I wasn't crying more. But I call this picture the last reckoning. And
Yeah.
I tell you why, because in my lifetime, in my career, I've seen a lot of people retire. I've seen a lot of people sitting in that chair. And then this was the day that I got to see the opposite view of what I saw for all them years. So
Mm.
I call that picture the last reckoning because that right there, that 20 years flashed before my eyes sitting in that chair right there.
I sat in that chair after you, and I understood everything you felt. Cause you from this side, we see you like, oh man, 20 years. Oh man, that's what's up, man. He doing this thing. But then
Right.
when you get in that chair and you you look out and you see family members, you see people from old bases, you see the supervisors you like, you see the supervisors you didn't like. Because I
Right.
said some of them might be there because they want to make sure I'm gone. Some is happy I'm gone, some here to make sure I leave. And
Right.
but just to see those faces, so yeah, I definitely felt that one. And then we got
Yeah.
now this was the boy 165. I like that
Yep.
aircraft. I
Actually,
personally ordered parts for that aircraft.
I think when you and I alluded to and Jax, I still thinking back to the time frame. I want to say that you and I either just passed each other in a deployment or were there for a small stint together.
Yeah.
I believe this one is also Kuwait. I think 2005. I think.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
165 specifically because that was my bird. I became DCC of that bird.
Yeah. That bird got a lot of work in it, if
A
you know
lot of
what I
history,
mean.
boy. Hey, put that work in. Put that work in for sure.
That boy put that work in. And then
Uh-huh.
we got Drew.
So
This
this
is
right
the
here, this is the transition, Drew, right?
yeah.
If y'all haven't heard of it, there's a company out there called Portraits for Patriots.
Okay.
And when you get out of the military, they do professional headshots for you absolutely free so you can try to join the civilian workforce.
Mm,
And this was a picture that I got that they took for me that I, put out there and on my LinkedIn and all that. But for me, looking at this photo was my true transition out of the military,
yeah.
right? And when I say that, if you think about it, if you spent your half your adult or your whole adult life so far in the military, look back to what you looked like back at 18 years old or whatever, however old you were when you joined, right? So for me, this photo not only was a transition, but I see a little bit of myself at 18 in this photo.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's why I shared it with you because I love this photo.
Yeah.
I'm not conceited and all that. I love that photo. I love that photo because of what it means to me.
What it means,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So
Cool. Yeah, man. Well, look, man, I really, really appreciate you coming out, taking out time on New Year's Eve to speak with us, to speak with the folks. I wish you all the best. I'm gonna give you the mic so you can tell people where they can find you, if what you're doing, if you want to give your stuff, or if you want to just give parting words.
all right, appreciate y'all. First of all, yeah, appreciate y'all having me on. Jax, you were with me for a couple years there. You know me, man. I always just try to elevate people around me. So the one message I have, and it's I don't need to share anything about me. I don't need anybody to look me up. You don't nobody needs to know who I am. But if you understand this, understand what I'm saying, is get yourself out of what's called the victim mentality, right? And that's not just a military thing, that's just in life. But let's equivalate that to the military, right? We all raised our hand, we all gave the oath, we all pledged our allegiance to something that was greater than ourselves. And but the problem of what I see is people once they get in there, so once they're in the club, right? And it don't have to be military, it could be, if you're a lawyer, if you're whatever, you can't think that we made it and now it's supposed to be easy roads, right? I call it the victim mentality. It's the purpose of taking the opportunity to grow yourself, to develop yourself, to gain experiences and gain knowledge in those experiences, and to completely take advantage of whatever situation you're in. Reason I wore this shirt right here on your podcast here, I don't know if you can see that. This is what's called Siege SOAC, which is a combined joint Special Operations Air Component out in Afghanistan. The reason I wore this is because no matter where I went, I did 10 deployments. I went on Black Ops missions out to the middle of Ethiopia in a jungle. And the thing about it is once you embrace that, the people around you are in that as well. When you embrace that, when you get out of the victim mentality and you embrace your situation, there is no ceiling. Sky's the limit. You can grow, you can develop, you can expand your horizons or opportunities, right? You just gotta seize the moment and you gotta take advantage. Get out of the victim mentality because there is only one person in this world that wants to see us succeed, and that's the person you look at in the mirror. Yes, you have people backing you, the people that believe in you, and people that want to see you grow. But the person you look at in the mirror every day is really the person you have to please and make happy. Because the last thing I'll leave you with, and I saw it the other day, is that it was a small quote and it showed, we only live one life, right? I'm sure y'all have heard that. I'm sure everybody's heard that. You live one life, live it happy, right? But I'm going to flip that on you. You don't live one life. You die once. You live every day. Take advantage of that. Get out of the victim's mentality. Find a way to help people give back to your community and see yourself elevated through faith and through God. He will take care of you, right? The best joke I ever heard was tell God your plans.
That's it.
So get out of the victim mentality. Whatever job you're in, whatever career you're in, dive in, be all in, all gas, no brakes, and there's no ceiling that you can reach.
Man, thank you for that. Drew.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
PG, you want to take us out with the any announcements? We got W.
Man, w.gg.com, man. PG the Hustler, 10% off your whole order. Also blackmoneymedialive.com. Go ahead and go get your merch. You already know we got I love you, there's nothing you can do about it. That will be in a hoodie soon also. And you know where we at, man. Spotify, Redeployment Podcast, man. Spotify, PG the Hustler, man. You know what it is, man.
And we'll have links and stuff for his elbow grease too. You missed that one.
For EG, yeah. Well, so EG is it's like I said, it's coming. I'm rebooting.
Okay.
So what happened? I'll give you a short end. When you in business, you guys, there's things you got to watch out for, and there's people like poachers. Okay, so the reason why that slowed down was because, which is fixed now, but my domain got stolen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my EG, my elbow grease. So I had everything my EG from in my store. They took that. And so what they did was they took it because the company didn't send me, it was an email. I must have missed it or whatever. So I didn't get to pay it. And so they took my domain name and then they tried to sell it back to me.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's what I said. Y'all have to watch out for these businesses. Y'all have to watch out for businesses like that. So they tried to sell it right back to me like, nah, I'm not. Nah, I'll just change it. Like you got me bent because I only paid like $1 for it for the actual domain. They tried to sell it to me, sell it back to me for like they wanted me to pay somebody $60 to talk to the people that took it, and then it wasn't no guarantee. And I was gonna. God said, yeah, y'all can miss me with that. That's a straight scam. So that's just some of the things you got to work. You got to watch out for in business. It was a lesson. It was a lesson. So. EG is elbow grease is building back up. It's building back up, and we will have a new one this month. We'll have a new site, and I'll get some new literature and all that stuff made up, and then I'll start actually like pushing it because I really don't want to tell people and they can't go and buy it right now. They have to come and buy it straight from me. So that's the reason why I'm not just pushing it out there, because when people use it, like I got people that call me. I mean, you know, you had some before. I got people that call me and be like, "Yo, I need my shit. I need my stuff. Where's my stuff at? I need some more stuff. You still making this stuff? You still got the stuff? Yeah, it's still here. I got it." So it's high demand. It's all like natural, man, and like people love it, man. So you know, check us out, man. We be back.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what, hey Jax, I'll tell you what,
sir.
Keep me on board that brand, man. I always looking for the beard products, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
but,
yeah, we got you.
Put your info. I got you, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'll give them your info.
Hit me on that merch site too, man. I had to copy one of them hoodies or something.
Yeah, for sure. All right, hey guys.
Like I said, the product is always here.
Oh yeah, there it is.
There you
go. The product is here. They just stole my site.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll get you together. That's easy.
The brother here, man. I got you.
Man.
That's why I say all I need is an address. I'll get it. I'll have it to you in a couple of days.
I want to give y'all your nights back. You know, as we prepare for the end of the year. So I just want to close us out. Look, hey man, this podcast is for you if you are in the military and you want to stay the whole time. I did. Our guest did. This podcast is for you if you want to do a couple tours and get out. That's fine. PG did it, and look at him. He's doing well. This podcast is for you if you are thinking about coming into the military. Come on in. There's plenty of room for you. We love you. We'll take care of you. You'll be fine. You just got to buy in. And this podcast is also for you if you have never had any interaction with a military member. We tell real life, real stories, and think about it. They probably relate to something you're going through as well. We just went in the military. You guys just went civilian sector. So with that, listen, I want to wish everybody a happy New Year's. Be safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Don't do nothing. Do nothing PG would do.
Happy New Year.
If we decide to do something that we wouldn't do, give us a call. Maybe we'll do it together. But look, hey, we love you. It ain't nothing you can do about it.
We'll see you
next year. Peace.
See y'all next year, man. Peace.